Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm here. DJ Lil King's here. I go by Lucky Lamar. And we got a special one for y'all today. In the building, I got former Lakers TikTok draft pick.
Yeah.
I have current semi-pro football athlete.
Yes.
Former Carroll Tiger athlete.
Represent.
Ugliest man of the year.
Yes.
Mr. Kevron Ellis in the building with us tonight. And tonight we're going to get back into these sports. We had a good week last week on the Let's Chop It Up with Don Martine. But I just want to start off by saying this week has been great. Ain't got nothing to complain about, for real. My Philadelphia Eagles didn't play, so I ain't really have too much to get mad about.
Okay.
The Dallas Cowboys won, so Texas was chilling.
Huh.
The Texans won.
Did they win though?
Excuse me.
Beat the Bills.
What's up?
Beat the Bills.
The Bills lost to the Texans this week. Jayden Daniels is, in my opinion, running away with Rookie of the Year. We'll get into that here in a minute. We have crazy NBA trades already happening. We're supposed to get into that.
Crazy.
We got history making in the NBA. But before we get into all of that, Kev, how you been? It's been a long time since we chopped it up.
Yeah, it's been a little while. Been good. You know, keep my head in work. I'll be at work for the most part of it. But, you know, I'm always a sports fanatic. I'm always going to be a Braun fan. I'll always be ready to debate anything when it comes to that.
Yeah, because usually every show you in the comment section. So we had to get you in here.
Yeah. It was about time. I felt like I left enough comments. It was about time that I come voice my opinion live.
Yes, sir. King, how you been?
Been good, man. Red River rivalry coming up, man. Go Longhorns.
Ooh, well, let's go ahead and get. Well, you know what? I wanted to start with the NBA, but we gonna start with the University of Texas taking on the Oklahoma Sooners in the Red River rivalry, formerly known as the Red River Shootout. Being not from Texas, I knew about this game. Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorite games of the year. I remember watching on the little rotary dial TV, and they were playing the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
My first glimpse was the Vince Young years. But after that, then moving to Texas, then becoming a part of it. I ain't gonna lie, even not being an Auburn fan, I root for Texas whenever they play Oklahoma, and so. I like Texas in this game. Is Quinn or Arch starting this week? We'll start right there.
Quinn is starting.
Quinn has to start.
Quinn has to start? Okay. Is he, what was it? It was an oblique, right?
Yeah, oblique.
Yes,
okay.
It's oblique.
Okay, so what are y'all's expectations? Well, I think Texas is gonna spread the ball. Auburn got smacked by Oklahoma off some BS.
They did.
You know what I'm saying? Peyton Thorne did Peyton Thorne things and was a thorn in my side.
They did.
But I think I like Texas. What you got?
I mean, Texas is pretty tough right now. Texas is pretty tough right now. At the end of the day, Oklahoma, I mean, they starting to catch a groove, but I think Texas got them. I'm going with Texas for sure. Because I'm from Texas, yes, but also because I've been watching, and I think Texas got it right now.
Yeah, what about you, King?
I don't think they're going to be a beat.
Oklahoma been struggling. They just switched out their 5-star quarterback, Jackson Arnold, for a new starting quarterback.
Yeah.
I want to say last week was his first week starting.
Yeah.
Or not last week, but the week before last when they played Auburn. Was it Auburn?
Number 10?
Yeah, I think Hawkins is his last name. I can't remember what number he is.
Yeah, because Auburn played Arkansas and Oklahoma, and they both had young number 10s that kicked their ass. Let's talk about Oklahoma a little bit. They've been interesting the last couple of years. They got Brett Venables as their head coach, former defensive coordinator at Clemson.
He's a former DC at OU too. He was at OU before he went to Clemson.
I didn't even know that. Yeah. So when was he at OU?
For damn near 15 years before he went to Clemson.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
he was there for a while.
My homie, shout out Bryce Macon. He was under Venables when he was at OU.
Bryce Macon played for Brett.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
We got to get him on here too.
We did one a while back.
Yeah, but I guess I would say I want to know what would y'all say the last that Oklahoma team was the shiznits besides that 07 team, when they had Sam Bradford, Jermaine Gresham.
That's where I was going.
Who else was on that team? Number 9, the receiver.
The 07 or 08 team? The 08 team is the one that went to the national championship and lost to Florida.
Yeah, the '08 team was tough.
Yeah.
The '08 team was real tough, but Florida had it back then. I'm sorry to tell you. At the end of the day, them dudes over there was killers.
Yeah.
Literally. Literally was killers.
Bro, I can't believe they get into the documentary.
Man, what?
Bro, you said you were talking about that.
Yeah, I'm a Patriots fan, so at the end of the day, Aaron Hernandez, I'm gonna ride with him at the end of the day. That's my guy.
I don't think you want to ride home with him.
No, I wouldn't ride with him. But when he's in a tight end formation for us, I'm riding with my guy all day long. But at the end of the day, they did a whole documentary for this dude. And
Second
it's crazy.
one. No, they did a documentary. This is a television show.
It's like, who's getting paid for it at the end of the day?
That's the question.
Because if you've seen the shit, it's like, I ain't no way his family is okay for shit.
I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but so tell me about it. Educate me a little bit.
It's just, it's very dramatic, obviously, because it's TV. It's Hulu.
You seen it, King?
It's very dramatic and it's very homosexual. It's very homosexual, like off the rip. It's
off
like,
the rip.
It's like trying to basically originate his homosexuality back in fucking grade school.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in grade school. And
they're showing him doing like homosexual acts in high school.
Yeah, and it's basically saying that he was doing sexual things with trainers in college and all types of stuff. And it's just like, where are they getting all this information from? Where are they getting all this information?
That's what I was wondering, where they get the information from.
Where are they getting all this information from?
So if a person's been doing like stuff like that since like a kid type shit, like how to like in college, which is Florida is a Power 5 school, then like to go into the leagues, have like a successful career for multiple years. Yeah, like it's not like he was in the league for a year.
No, but it shows like in college, even the college coaches covering shit up for him in college. Like they got lawyers that they got on call for when he was doing shit. So they introduced him to basically him being invincible.
On this one episode, it shows him getting into a fight at a bar and like beating the out of some dudes. And then the same episode shows Cam Newton stealing the laptop. Cam Newton gets literally kicked off the team, and he just gets suspended for one game.
They come get Cam out the dorm room. Yeah. And then like
it shows Cam throwing the laptop. They show like you gotta watch it. It's good. I just hate I ain't into all that other shit, but
some players off the team. I gotta make the player he kicks off the team is Cam Newton.
It shows him all stressed out. His wife telling him. It shows like Urban Meyer like all stressed out. His wife telling him he just needs to stop and all this.
Starts having heart problems.
Yeah, heart problems, all types of crazy shit. Like they go. It ain't just about Aaron. It goes more in depth, but. They can miss me with all the other stuff.
It's just crazy. And like who y'all getting your information from? It shows like Tim Tebow basically like trying to bring Aaron out of the darkness. And I'm like, did y'all get this from Tim? And somebody talk to Tim? What's going on here?
Listen to Tim's testimonials.
I need to know who's reliable.
Well, they probably if I didn't really watch the trial, but I'm also thinking if you watched the trial, then maybe there was enough information that came across during the trial from the actual witnesses that were attesting to his character, you know what I'm saying? All types of stuff like that. It's like, I ain't watching it, so who knows shit.
Bro, that's insane, dog.
Yeah, but it's crazy when you think about it. It's just crazy that they made a documentary that fast.
Bro, like literally.
How many people, how many athletes got stories and shit to tell, and this dude just his shit got that fast.
Because America's all about the drama, about
the suspense,
the
thrill. Like America is controversy.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's like with Travis Hunter and Richard Sherman, everybody blew that out of water, and I'm glad those dudes talk to each other because
like a couple of fine gentlemen should.
Especially Rich. Rich too old. Yeah. Rich too old. He's just lucky Travis is a good kid and not one of them hide the head thug type kids because that could have went differently, and I think he would have responded differently if Travis would have responded differently. I feel like Richard would have went wherever he wanted to go with that.
Absolutely. You think he would have had another Steve Smith situation?
Definitely.
Most
definitely. But it would have been one that it would have just been all talks because we would have never seen them two against each other for us to be like, what's going to happen? You get what I'm saying? But and everybody knows Travis is like a anime, chill mind, go fishing type dude.
He just want to go home,
pop my shit ass type dude. He's just
which is why I think
that guy on the football field.
Which is why I think him and Shador are a perfect balance because Travis is so laid back, family oriented, like chill. You know what I mean? And Shador is
Flashy.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk my talk. I'm gonna pop it off because I know I got the game to back it up.
I think he's like that because of his dad. Like,
Yeah.
He sees that his dad gets a rile out of that shit, gets a kick from that shit. That's why he's like that shit. Because sometimes he is kind of chill and then sometimes he's just doing the most with it. But
character,
that's give or take. I mean, at the end of the day, it's making him money, right? At the end of the day.
Okay. Do you think that Shador and Shiloh, not necessarily Travis, can avoid what mainstream media would call like the LeVar Ball type deal, like where like they like if they don't have immediate success in like their professional leagues on their like let's say Shador goes to the Browns, right? Because that's a high possibility.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like let's say he goes to the Browns and like he doesn't. Well, he just continues to do what Browns quarterbacks have done in the last 30 years. You know what I mean? Like let's say that happens. Do you think that people be like, well, it's Deion's fault that he couldn't save the Browns type shit? Because I think that if he goes somewhere and he doesn't have like immediate success, if he doesn't have the Jayden Daniels type immediate impact, that then people are going to be like waiting for that, like because people are still waiting for that. I told y'all,
oh yeah, bro,
he's not that good type moment.
It doesn't
you know
matter. Whatever he does, people are waiting. Like you said, people, the media, us, fans, everybody's waiting to see what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
You gonna make it over that peak or you gonna fall off the mountain? Which one you gonna do? Either way, we're gonna comment on this shit.
Absolutely, because even if Colorado makes it to the playoff, if they don't win that bitch, say, oh, I told y'all,
they're gonna say
Colorado wasn't all that.
Just because when they get there, people are not even gonna look at where they were last year to this year. They're gonna automatically go, y'all didn't win, y'all ain't shit.
Y'all ain't shit. Y'all.
That's how they're gonna do it, but.
Oh,
they pulled that on themselves, you can say, with all of the celebrities coming out of with them, everybody rushing out with them, all the social media they're getting there. Even people are starting to document, like have their own camera people at games now because of them. People watch them do it, and now I'm watching high school kids. Got
everybody mic'd up, bro.
Bro, I'm like, what is going on?
Everybody mic'd up.
This is a damn summer league game. What is your camera crew doing here? Like, what are we talking about?
What do you mean? What is your camera crew doing here? How do you have a camera crew here?
That too.
That part.
Everybody has a camera nowadays, so that's social media. Everybody got those cameras.
Bro, I got an iPhone on a little thing. Like, get out of my shot, please.
Yes, but for sure, if. Like, he can't afford to go into the NFL and, like, have 2-3 lazy years and then break out. He has to break out from get-go or not, because that's just where we are in social media. And we hold him to those standards.
And I think, like, we're in that place in sports in general, right? Because we live in a day and age where we don't let athletes, and we're going to get into, like, our first topic, and you'll see. So we don't let, in my opinion, athletes develop for those 2, 3, 3.5 struggle years.
No,
you know what I mean? Like first year, rookie year, you expect him to fuck up. You expect, like, if you're a point guard, you expect him to have a bunch of turnovers, like, or not score 20 points a game. If he's a quarterback, you expect him to get no less than 10 interceptions. You know what I mean? If he's a freaking soccer player, you don't expect him to get 30 goals in a season his first year. You know what I mean?
No.
But like that first year, if he gets 5, like let's just play defensive end real quick. Like if that first year his rookie year he gets 5 sacks. You know what I mean? That second year we should expect him 8.5, 7.
8.5.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? And that third year, like if he's that first round pick, defensive end, you gotta get 10.
Digits. Gotta get
at least minimum 10 from that point forward. You know what I mean? We don't allow those 2-3 developmental years anymore.
No.
And I feel that not only will Shador fall victim to that, I feel that Bronny is going to fall victim to that. Like,
that's what I was going to say. I think I don't even think it's just Bronny though. I think it's every player that got drafted in the NBA this year.
Yeah,
they're all going to fall victim to that.
Yeah,
they're looking for players that can play now. Not that can play in a few years from now. We want to know who can play now. And because didn't look like anybody was ready to play now in this NBA draft, they're all going to fall victim to that.
I think anytime where you have the 55th pick in the NBA draft be the most hype and most scrutinized and most anticipated pick of the NBA draft.
Listen how crazy that sounds. Like, any draft in their life, the 55th pick is the most talked about pick. It doesn't matter what the fuck you're picking. It doesn't matter what you're picking.
Sport?
Doesn't matter what we're playing. It doesn't matter what we're doing. We could be at the park getting ready to play tag. If you get picked 55th, but before we got to the park, everybody was talking about you, there's a problem.
Bro. And then not only that, like when you go in a draft class where the one nigga everybody said, that motherfucker right there, he is ready to play right now. Was it Sarr?
Alex Sarr.
They said that is the one ready to play right now. The Frenchman from here.
Is that the dude from UConn? The center from UConn?
No. Alex Sarr is from overseas.
He's from France. Alex Sarr's from France. Okay. But he was the only one that was hyped up besides Bronny. They didn't hype up Castle. They didn't hype up old boy from Kentucky that got traded from my Spurs that broke my heart. Anyway, but they draft the other dude from France, and everybody even...
Bro, I can't even remember who the number one pick is. I'm literally looking right now.
Even Woj was like, they are going to draft Alex Sarr.
Who was one?
Rocher.
Yeah.
Rocher.
The dude from France.
The Frenchman.
Yeah. So...
And then the second one was Alex
Sarr.
Yeah.
But like the fact that the 55th pick is the most scrutinized, most talked about, most thought about, and like... Even LeBron said, you know what? Hey, don't even take him in the first round. Do whatever you want in the first.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, you a Laker fan, so you can speak for the Laker Nation. Let me know if I get off track on this. But let me drive for a second. LeBron said, hey, bruh, take whoever you want. I ain't even tripping. But you know what to do with the last pick of the 2024 draft. Not the first pick, not the third pick, not even the 33rd pick.
Correct.
The last pick that ain't nobody even gonna think about. Nikola Jokic was took in the second round, and nobody even thinks about that. You know what I mean? But Bronny James is the highest ranked or anticipated 55th pick, and guess what he doing? He playing like one. But will he get that chance to say, "Hey, can I fuck up and learn?"
He won't. He won't, and he will. Okay. He won't from the media because we won't allow it, but the team, the Lakers, they will. They'll give him that opportunity to do his mess ups. They'll give his opportunity to go to the G League if that's what it takes. They're giving LeBron the opportunity right now to make him professional already.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
bro,
he got to show us something, or we got to send him. Bron, you can't save him forever.
What's the GM's name?
Rob
Pelinka. Rob over there like this. Now LeBron.
Yeah.
Sit here, LeBron.
We got him here.
We love your boy, LeBron. We took the media backlash, LeBron.
That's what they're looking at. They got him there. They're looking at LeBron going, hey, we drafted him. You did. You're great enough to get him to this position, but he got to do something on his own by now.
That was their. Hey, thank you for that championship in that in-ring tournament or the in-playing season tournament.
It's a thank you.
This is a thank you. Now,
I do hate that LeBron says that Bronny did everything on his own to get here. We all know that didn't happen. We all watched you on TV say what you had to say to get to this point, to get as much hype as we've gotten to get him to where he's at.
And let's be honest, that's the only reason why. Like, everybody and they mama want to go, well, Big Mama at the house like this. She just turned off the collard greens. Hey, Big Mama, what you doing? Well, it's Sunday, baby. The Lakers gonna play the Knicks today. I'm gonna see Bronny James play with his daddy.
Yeah. You know how many 6'9", 6'10", 7-foot people there are out there that the Lakers decided to grab a 6'3" someone's son before grabbing another athlete to help out our damn roster.
Because y'all need that.
Man, I love it that they're playing together, but I'm a basketball fan too at the end of the day, and if he doesn't pick up the fucking pace, we got to get rid of Gabe Vincent or somebody. We can't have everybody over here just stinking it up. Somebody has to go.
What happened to Gabe Vincent?
He got money. Them niggas play hard whenever they broke.
He play
hard whenever you eating steak and lobster, and they still at McDonald's.
Cause you got it's kind of like it's the business model, right? Look, let's take it to McDonald's. I'm glad you brought them up.
Yeah,
McDonald's, y'all should sponsor this video. But remember back in the day when they would make you a McFlurry, right? You had that big ass, large ass, medium cup.
Yeah, with the straw spoon.
Yeah, with the straw spoon. You know what I'm saying? They had the cover, the dome lid on it. You know what I'm saying? Now when you get a McFlurry.
Okay, what they do?
It's in a regular kid's medium, regular lid,
like a Frosty,
like a Frosty with a regular straw.
Says who?
Says the business model.
That's just a flurry. There ain't nothing Mick about that.
Hey, nigga, we made it. So so them players,
that's the wrong McDonald's. Which one you going to? Because that ain't the one in the South Side. I'm telling you, we still got clear lids where I'm at, boy. I'm gonna get McFlurry tomorrow just to prove to you. We still got clear lids. I'm gonna get one when I leave. Ain't no way they gonna give me no goddamn regular soda top.
They gave me a soda top.
Did they give you a spoon at least?
A regular spoon.
Like in a plastic silverware thing?
Nigga, they did this and they took the spoon.
Oh, they just put the spoon in your shit?
Mad disrespectful.
Oh no.
Bro, it was crazy. But this video is brought to you by Riding High Sports. I wish King was here to give me a dun-dun-dun-dun. But what?
Riding high.
Riding high. Da-da-da-da-da. So, have you started watching the Mr. McMahon documentary?
I did. Bro. I did start watching it, and I gotta say, I'm growing. My respect for him is growing as I keep watching these shows. I gotta say that one by one.
Okay, so where you at?
I'm on episode 4 now.
Okay, so tell me what you have seen because I finished it, and I don't want to get past anything you haven't seen. So bring me up to where you're at.
Okay, so I was doing a lot while I was watching these episodes. But basically where I'm at in the show is to where he basically is flipping it from being a little household name into a whole worldwide thing, and he's taking over Monday nights. So that's where I'm at in the show is where they're starting about him taking over Monday nights and him fighting with the others that have Monday nights.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize these dudes talk to each other like that. I thought it was an old TV network that was doing this, that, and the third. These motherfuckers is in a room together fighting with each other over who gets this, that, and the third. That's pretty,
so
dope.
The interest, so for those of y'all who haven't seen it, the Mr. McMahon documentary is a documentary about the life of Vince McMahon, the CEO and chairman, or former CEO and chairman of WWE.
Yeah.
It talks about his upbringing, how he was SA'd by his stepdad and this and that, and he didn't know his last name was McMahon, and I'm like, well, what the hell did they call you? Did they just call you Vince?
Vince.
like
V.
Like how you not know? Like that don't make no sense to me. And but the weird part was like he after he buys the WWE from his dad, he then begins to promote WWE shows in other people's territories, right? Becomes massively successful at it, builds an empire. Then when WCW comes, does the same stuff that he did, beats his ass for 83 weeks in a row in ratings. I did the math. That's a year and a half.
83 weeks.
83. There's 56 in a year.
Yeah.
Like,
man, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's why he is who he is, though.
You know what I mean?
That's why he is who he is.
Like, and then he gets upset about that, and then like, I didn't realize that like, and he can say it didn't happen. It's not because of Eric Bischoff, but the Mr. McMahon on-screen character, in my opinion, is 1,000% a result of Eric Bischoff kicking his butt in ratings. Like,
you think so? You think that's what made him kick it up and up?
It really did because like, and Eric Bischoff points it out in one of the earlier episodes. He talks about how if you really look at the Mr. McMahon character, the obnoxious boss, the obnoxious bad guy boss, I was playing that character for 83 weeks. You know what I mean? And you go back and look at it, Eric Bischoff, the general manager or whatever, was with the NWO, broke the rules, like controlled things from like a dirty boss. He did type shit. You know what I mean?
He did it from like a dictatorship.
Exactly.
Standpoint.
You know what I mean? And then like after that, Vinnie Mac comes with Mr. McMahon. And to me, I personally think that at some point he blends Mr. McMahon,
the real person.
Yeah, he blends the real person with the character. You know what I mean? That's what I was starting to take away from it.
I mean, but at a certain point you got to, because like when you're out and about in public and people see you, they want to see Mr. McMahon. They want to see who they've been seeing on the damn TV.
But I think what they were more or less saying, like the fine line of him having a lot of the acts that they were doing back in the day. Whenever he had like Trish Stratus crawling on all fours. Yeah. Remember Trish Stratus was trying to play his side girl. Like they were saying like stuff like that. Like that's defining a thin line, because at one point Vince McMahon admitted to his wife that he was having affairs. They didn't say who it was with, so they were basically saying that a lot of the stuff that they think, there wasn't nothing proven, but they were just saying a lot of stuff that they think probably was going on behind closed doors was playing out on the screen.
On the screen.
Example, like in the...
He's just using his regular life
exactly.
on screen.
Like in the doc, like there's like they talk about a lawsuit.
Or using the screen to act like this is just...
To keep it,
this is just TV. Don't believe this ain't real. This is just TV.
Exactly. So... Like there's one part
he mixed the line between entertainment and reality.
Exactly. Like he literally was on some like blended reality type shit. But
it did numbers, so it worked.
He goes like one example, like they're talking about like one of the lawsuits, and one of the lawsuits the girl claims that he had her basically beg for her employment, like she would do a sexual act for her, right? So and then they show a Monday Night Raw during that time frame in the ring, like he has a girl like literally begging for her job, like feet up on her legs type shit. Like it's one of those infamous scenes that you remember seeing as a kid, and you're like, oh shit.
And you know what? Only the person that fucking lived that was probably like, hey, this is the shit he did to me for real. Like, when they're watching the wrestling show, they're probably like, hey, this is real. Like this is what he really did to me.
Wrestling's not fake. No, I'm just kidding. And like, but another thing that I took away from is like how, like when the steroids would come up, like how, like I'm pretty sure like he's a good dude or whatever, like to the people who make him money, but like when they're like, how do you feel about like this guy dying off of steroids? Well, if he took steroids, I don't think it had anything to do with it. I think the guy's retired, so he just took pain pills to make him feel better. And they're like, nigga, they have opioid addictions.
Well, I think
that comes with the years, though.
And it doesn't necessarily fall on him, but it does kind of fall on him based upon back in those days, like those guys didn't have guaranteed contracts. Yeah. So without a guaranteed contract, we're hitting fucking. I want to say back in those days, it was 365 days a year. They were probably they were probably hitting like 300 days out of that. So you're hitting like 28 days, 30 days straight, and if you don't perform tonight, you ain't getting paid. You ain't getting paid. So you have dudes who are going out there probably with broken limbs, just to get paid to send money back home to wifey so she can pay the rent. You know what I'm saying? That was the era. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of some of it can be put on him, but some of it can be put on him based upon the work environment that he was providing. But it goes back like. Nobody was providing guaranteed contracts. WCW were the first ones to do that, and that was like some like I want to say at one point they were even Vince McMahon was telling people I can't do that. You might as well go on over there because I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like they had that Ted Turner money where he could give you $1 million and say, hey, you only got to perform such and such dates because that's what he was doing.
Yeah, people are 10 times way more. It
didn't matter if you a motherfucking goddamn Doink the Clown and Hulk Hogan, nigga. Your ass gonna be out there Tuesday night. You gonna be out there. Absolutely. You gonna be out there Tuesday night on this show that ain't coming out on no TV, but we gonna put on a show for Bogalusa, Louisiana.
You're going to get out here.
You're going to get out here, Hulk. I don't give a damn. We might not be in New Orleans tonight, but you still finna get out here for Shreveport.
My back still sore. He slammed me last night. I don't give a damn. You're going to get slammed again tonight. Get your ass up.
But like, but I think it was, like, I want your opinion on this one, King. Like, the fact that it was like, did you feel like that Ted Turner versus Vince McMahon rivalry too, or do you feel like Vince just like hyped that one up to like towards his own ego? It's like, you know what I mean? Like not necessarily like his ego, but like, did you feel like their battle in like with WCW versus or WWE?
Yes, because it's almost like we do the sports show. Y'all are doing the sports show right now. Now somebody else just with way more funding than us just pops up and starts doing a sports show. Same time slot, same night that we're doing it. You're coming for us. I don't give a damn if they say they're not, or they could say that they not all they want out their mouth. But in reality, if you look at it the way you're gonna look at it, the way the people are gonna look at it, even if I wasn't involved, I'm gonna look at it on the outside like, oh, they coming for them niggas.
Yeah.
They took they got the same day and slot. It's 7 days in the week. You can do a show out any time of the day, but you pick this exact time of day and this exact day. Oh, you're coming for us.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck I don't give a fuck what Ted said or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm Vince, you coming for us straight up. That's what it is.
Yeah. So, and then
it's about business.
And off that, like,
you're coming for our audience.
Yeah,
straight up.
Which is why, like, it didn't make sense for me, like, why I forgot the lady's name, but the owner of what network were they on? USA,
yeah.
Like, it didn't make sense to me, like, why she's like, no, I don't want to fight. That's Ted, my friend. And I'm like, bro, like, he's killing one of your primary markets right now.
Because that wasn't her baby. It wasn't WWF wasn't USA's baby at the time. You gotta remember, at this point in time, USA has a whole bunch of other shows. Because I remember watching WWF Monday Night Raw, and half the shit on Monday Night Raw was them promoting other shows that were coming out on the network. I remember when La Femme Nikita. I never watched it, but I remember that damn show being promoted during WWF Raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of shit. So I don't think that WWF was USA's baby.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't even think WCW was Ted Turner's baby. Yeah. It was just Ted Turner had fucking 3-4 different networks. That was just one of the shows that came out on TNT that drew advertisement dollars. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and Ted was pretty much like, "Hey, Eric, I'm loaded. Just go have fun," type shit. Yeah. Like open checkbook type shit.
Rich people shit.
Yeah.
I'm saying rich people shit.
Writing his yacht off and whatnot. Hey, Mitchell. My nephew's getting off IR. Yes, Anaya Smith is getting off of IR this week. I need him to make an immediate impact for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm glad he's healthy. So, Kev, speaking of rookies,
your
boy, this man has been a Patriots fan as long as I've known him.
Still am, diehard.
Were you ever a Tampa Bay fan?
I was a Tom Brady fan.
Okay, fair. So you went back home.
I've always been a Patriots fan.
Okay.
But
so
if
now
Tom wins, I still win. So that 1 year Tom won, it was like an asterisk for me. But 7 rings is what I say.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
6.5.
Yeah, you can say that.
Bet. So how do you feel about your boys starting Drake May this week?
I am relieved. I love Jacoby Brissett. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love dude. But if we're really trying to start from the bottom, now we're here. We need to let Drake go ahead and swing that thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, what are we doing? We know Brissett's our great backup. Put him at his role. We tried him out.
He is a really good backup.
Really good backup.
He looks great in the uniform holding the clipboard.
Really good backup.
Really good.
And if our main go down, he can come in and complete some passes.
Yes.
But as a starting quarterback, he ain't that guy. I mean, he's kind of looking like a Dak Prescott right now in our backfield, and it looks bad because we're not used to that in New England. They're used to that over there in Dallas, but we're not used to that in New England. So it's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow. But I'd rather start with a rook so we can have an excuse. Anyway, we can have an excuse with Brissett. We can have an excuse with May.
I can't let you disrespect Dak like that. I'm not gonna sit here and say
Dak's fault.
Dak is not better than Jacoby Brissett.
He is.
Dak Prescott is way better than Jacoby.
I mean, I wouldn't want him in New England. Don't throw Dak in New England. We don't want him there. Keep him where he's at. He could come play for my semi-professional team, though.
You mean to tell me you wouldn't want Dak over Drake May?
No, I don't want Dak Prescott at all. After watching the game that I watched, this is just this last Sunday, and he was throwing passes that I could throw.
I would take Drake May too myself.
I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? Who are you even throwing the ball to?
I think he's asking the same question.
A few plays, I was like, okay, I get that a receiver may supposed to be there, but did you even look? Or did you just throw it over there?
So, I've always wanted to play quarterback.
Yeah.
You've played quarterback at a very high semi-pro level. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Respect the career.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
So, Do you like when you're watching NFL games? Is it one of those moments to where you're like, bro, how do you not see that? Or like, bro, they're in two. Or like,
no, because if you ever played football, period, doesn't matter if it was quarterback or not, you know that you can see way more on the sidelines or you can see way more on the TV than you can fucking see between a helmet and a visor that's this fucking wide, okay? You can only see so much in between this box here when people got you got 18 cameras that's showing you different views.
Yeah, because we can see the dude coming from the blind side about to fucking take this dude's head off from the end.
Correct.
like,
Obviously,
how you ain't see him?
How you ain't see him?
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm here. So, yeah, if you play football, you understand.
Nigga damn near got the top half of his body taken off, but we sitting there,
yeah. You understand the fan part of that part.
What's the worst hit you ever took in the pocket?
Worst hit I ever taken in the pocket? Man.
Like, worst hit, like, you just said, hut. Boosh.
Worst hit I've ever taken in a pocket was, honestly, it was on a running play. It was supposed to be to the running back. And I turned around, and he went the wrong way. He went the wrong way. So, I mean, the play ain't dead. The play ain't over, right? Hut, turn. He ain't here.
We'll get into some of the. I want to talk about some of the semi-pro stuff. So,
Yeah.
but
And
let's finish this up, and then we'll get into some of his semi-pro stuff.
That's the backfield.
I want to know a little bit about it too.
I got
Y'all
lit
get into
up.
the GOAT talk topic already?
Not yet.
Already.
So, bet, let's go. So,
Go talk. You already know who the GOAT is.
I know who
man.
your GOAT is.
Man.
I know who King's GOAT is. I feel I know who King's GOAT is.
Hopefully he got the right GOAT.
And what? Football, basketball?
Basketball. But the overall question, though, is like, what makes an athlete a GOAT, the GOAT in their respective sport? Is it stats? Is it longevity?
Mm-hmm.
Is it championships? Is it cultural impact? Like, what makes like the GOAT?
See, it's really got to be a mixture of all of that. It's got to be a mixture of all of that, and then at that point, we're just debating on what holds more power, what holds more weight.
Okay.
What's holding more weight? What you're doing off the court, your stats on the court, your longevity. Which one of those categories is going to hold the most weight? That's really what fans debate. Which one of these categories holds the most weight?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And for some people, what I don't like about the ring category is we're not doing that in every sport.
It's not individual sports.
Yeah,
You can't, you know what I'm saying?
we're not going by rings, and we're not calling the greatest person is the one with the most rings in every single sport.
Yeah.
We're not doing that. So we can't just go off of rings. And what he said, it's 5-on-5. LeBron is one person. Jordan, one person. If there was 5 LeBrons on the court, then we can blame LeBron James. If there's 5 Jordans on the court, we can blame Jordan.
And I feel like with the business side of the NBA, a general manager could fuck off a franchise.
Oh, absolutely.
For 10 or 15
Absolutely.
years. So what happened in, let's just say in 2010, it's 2025 next year. This dude can come up next year and be one of the greatest of all time, but he's been playing on a shitty team, or he's stuck in a contract with a shitty team because of a general manager that was here 3 general managers ago. But you know what I'm saying? He done fucked off everything.
Absolutely.
Type shit.
You're right, like the documentary I watched with the Lakers.
Yeah.
The GM came in and he just hothead messing everything up. He just messed up half the team, sent half the players this way, that way, and the third, only to give it to someone else to have to deal with the bullshit that you created.
Because, like, I think for me, like, the Rams, for example, this is the first time that they have picked in the first round since, like, 2016 or something like that. Since they traded up for Jared Goff. Like, that was the first time that they had drafted in the first round. So, for me, like, the basketball GOAT, like, that one's a little easier to debate than, like, a football GOAT. Because for me, football, like, it's
you have to go by, what
yes.
would you say, position?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking in my head right now.
Football,
you have
it's
to go
definitely
by
position because, like, for DBs, it's like how many interceptions does this cornerback have?
And you say
how many PBUs?
Jerry Rice is a better football player than Michael Vick, or you know what I'm saying?
You can't do that because
It's got to go by. See, basketball, it's like everybody kind of got the same job, same objective. You
exactly.
Put the ball in the goddamn hole.
Who put the ball in the basket the best?
Exactly. You got to score. You got to play defense. And football is like
play your position.
You got position. You got a role to play.
Because you could be the greatest offensive lineman of all time and ain't never scored a touchdown.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you be the greatest receiver and have the shittiest quarterback.
Absolutely. Like back to the O-line, I think O-line is one of the hardest positions to make Hall of Fame in, because how do you really gauge a good offensive lineman? Because the only time you hear their names called in a football game is when they're getting a holding penalty or something like that.
Yeah. They don't call out like pancakes or nothing like that.
Exactly. There's nobody keeping stats on how many cut blocks this lineman executed. They don't know how many freaking times the tackle missed an assignment until the quarterback gets smacked.
Man, honestly, I think when it comes to linemen, that's more of like an eye test.
Yeah.
Because if you could you could go with a little bit of stats, because you could say how many sacks has he given up, or, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But it's just more of like an eye test and actually watching the player play and seeing that this dude holds his own and he ain't out there giving up sacks type shit. But like I say, it's nothing that's going to come across the stat sheet.
Yeah.
True. I mean, honestly, most linemen are like damn near one of the most athletic players on the team.
Bro, they have to be.
Look at Larry Allen, R.I.P. Larry Allen.
They got to be so agile and strong at the same time. They got to be a rock and be able to be mobile. It's crazy. We all know them, but if you don't know what offensive lineman really is like, these dudes are athletes for real.
Bro.
Like half of them is over 300 plus pounds and can probably dunk a basketball. That's how crazy it is. These dudes are not your average big boy.
Your typical O-line prospect, probably 6'7", 6'7", 315.
Yeah.
And that's a light one. And running close to 4'9".
Running a 4'7", 4'8", yeah.
That is insane.
QB says, as a offensive lineman, it's the stats the quarterback can get and running back can get. Are you opening gaps and protecting the quarterback? You can quantify
the impact. I mean, you can for a certain extent, but what's to say the play is called to run your way or run through your hole?
Yeah.
You know, what's to say that's you that day, that the running back's coming through your hole? There's so many different holes, so many different plays that the running back can get. It's hard. You probably go off a ratio off of how many times it does go your way. But I mean, I
feel like the easiest position to probably make Hall of Fame or something like that as a lineman would probably be is the left tackle.
I would say left tackle.
Because even though the spotlight's not on you, it's literally on you. It's on you if something bad happens. Yeah. So as long as that quarterback ain't nothing bad happening, it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
I say the left tackle, when it comes to Trent Williams, Joe Thomas, guys like that, they're a good left tackle because 9 times out of 10, the defensive side of the ball, they're going to line their best pass rusher up on their right side. Right side. The offense's left side. Correct. So you're going to get your Myles Garrett's, your freaking Lawrence Taylor's.
So that's where the best defender is.
You're going to get Robert Mathis doing spin moves on that left side of the offense. You know what I mean? Right. So a left tackle, Jason Peters, when you have a good one because your quarterback is oh man, the back of my jersey feel nice today. You know what I mean? Exactly. You know what I mean? For me, I think that the easiest position to say, hey, this guy is the GOAT, quote unquote, in football, I think it's quarterback because, yes, your offensive line has an impact on your stats. If you have a shitty O-line, you're going to have terrible results. But if you have a decent one and you have the ability to read a defense, get the ball out with timing and be accurate, then you can run most offenses. You know what I mean?
It's definitely quarterback.
But I feel like it's hard to call a quarterback a GOAT if you haven't won a Super Bowl.
Yes, true.
Yeah,
that's kind of hard.
Which gives the quarterback...
Dan Marino, he was a hell of a quarterback, but he don't even get entered into that GOAT conversation.
Which gives quarterback an automatic qualifier, an automatic disqualifier. You know what I mean? You can say you can still say Barry Sanders is the GOAT running back, even though he doesn't have a ring. Yeah. But you can't say Dan Marino is the GOAT quarterback. Why?
Because he doesn't have a quarterback. And tell you what, with the same level with rings.
Exactly. You know what I mean? To show you rings are so important for quarterbacks. Peyton Manning had to go get another one to catch Eli.
Yeah, he did.
Just to make sure people didn't say, hey, you know that
Your
Eli was better.
Your little brother.
You know what I mean?
But I think also you can look at it like, is it being that you play? I only played football up until 9th grade, but like, is it the quarterback? And I know it's made way more of an emphasis on the quarterback now than what it was. Like the quarterback is supposed to expect it to be like a leader. Like, do the coaches want the quarterback to be like, hey, take control of this team? Like,
the quarterback will
be a mirror version of me.
You're the voice on the field. Exactly. You're me. The coach tells the quarterback, you're the voice. Okay. You're me on the field.
Already.
Like, if the coach could be young like you and be you wouldn't be out there. Yeah. But since I'm not, take your ass out there and be my puppet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they're not going to put that on the receiver. No. They're not going to put that on the running back. That's going to be put on the quarterback.
Put on you because you touch the ball every play.
Yep.
Nobody else touches the ball every play besides the center.
And that's why I say the next person in line would probably be the center.
The center. That's it.
Straight up.
That's it.
Now, it depends. It depends. If you're a team that has... Now, like, I'll say this. Like you said, the quarterback is a mirror, direct reflection of the head coach. Whatever the head coach is preaching, teaching, and saying, the head coach is... Or the quarterback is a direct regurgitation
they're even mic'd up in the helmets nowadays. So,
you know what I mean? So, like, even you look at freaking... It happened this weekend. Bo Nix and Sean Payton. They're mirror images of each other. Sean Payton is a hot personality. Bo Nix is a hot personality. You know what I mean? But it's not a matter of, hey, you ain't doing your job. It's like, hey, bro, we need to do our jobs better. You know what I mean? So, like, you have a quarterback like Jordan Love who's matched up with Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur is a very chilled, laid-back personality. Jordan Love is a chilled, laid-back dude. You know what I mean? So if your quarterback and head coach don't have that
chemistry,
they don't even have to like each other. They just have to have a working chemistry with each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and that's what it was with Tom and Bill for so long. Yeah. It was okay. I was 199 draft pick. I was coming in damn near at the end, and you gave me a chance. So he let him take the credit for everything that Tom Brady did. Then he got to a certain point in his career where he was like, hey, Tom Brady is responsible for some of this shit too. When am I going to get mine?
Absolutely.
Oh, I got to go somewhere else so they can say Tom Brady did it?
Even Tom.
Almost look at like Andy Reid. Look at all the quarterbacks that he had over there in Philadelphia.
Bro, I can name them all.
Before he went to
Kansas
City. Then he gets to Kansas City and shit. They're winning Super Bowls after Super Bowl.
Nigga, he had the formula the whole time, did
he not? Nigga. Bruh, so...
Y'all had the formula the whole time.
They should have won that one with T.O. and Donovan, though.
We had, on that team...
Man, that was a coach team.
Donovan McNabb. We had T.O. We had Chad Lewis. We had Todd Pinkston. Brian Westbrook.
Yes,
Westbrook. On the defense, we had Jeremiah Trotter. We had... Javon Curse was on that team, if I'm not mistaken. Brian Dawkins was on that team. Asante Samuel was on that team. Bro, I was so heartbroken. And then, so speaking
of,
a
superstar.
And like, let's show you how much quarterbacks mean, right? Andy Reid, great name. This man had Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick, Kevin Kolb, Jeff Garcia.
He ain't lying.
Let's see, who else?
He's not gonna name them all.
Coy Detmer, Doug Peterson, AJ Feely at one point.
Y'all disrespected.
He was, and then he goes to Kansas City, and now mind you, the 04 team in Philadelphia was good, right? But in my opinion, the 08 team that lost to the Cardinals in the championship game should have got the job done. You had a nice defense. Brian Dawkins had just left that after that season.
Yeah.
You had a young Deshaun Jackson. Like, that team was stacked, bro.
D. Jackson was over there,
bro.
too.
Like, and so
how did y'all lose? Damn.
Quarterback. Look at that. Look at that. McNabb. Like, and then to show you quarterbacks need rings, you know who probably won't get like in like the hey, bro, get the credit he deserves? Cam Newton. How many quarterbacks can say I won 2 national championships in college? Although I didn't play for one, and during one, I won 2 national championships in D1 college. I go to like Blinn, win another one. I come to Auburn, win a Heisman. I get drafted number 1 overall. I win Rookie of the Year. The first rookie quarterback to throw for 4,000 yards.
MVP.
I won an MVP. I went to a conference championship.
Won a conference championship.
I know. I won a conference championship. I went to a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Bro, how many people can say they did that?
I'm glad you said that because they need to give Cam.
But the
Newton
thing,
his
I guess they
flowers
look
right
at
now.
it like it's like with the NBA, it's the National Basketball Hall of Fame. With the NFL, it's the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So you could literally make the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame as a college coach and never have played any NBA.
Yeah, but
whereas you ain't making the Hall of Fame in the NFL unless you played in. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Played in the NFL.
But like even his pro career like was still
his
top
pro
notch.
career still should have got.
Was it Hall of Fame-ish?
Yes,
I
like
mean,
bro, he
if-
won
if
rookie.
you're
of
I
the
don't
year.
think
Bro,
Cam Newton
listen,
had a
If
Hall
you're
of Fame
gonna put
career.
Eli Manning in there, if you're gonna slide Eli in there, you
Bro,
can't
he
tell
had-
me Eli's career.
That's bad. I feel like Eli got on based on his name and just the 2 Super Bowls.
He had 32.
I agree with
The
you.
performances
Yeah.
in the Super Bowl
I
too,
agree
also
with you.
too.
But this man went MVP in the
He
league.
won MVP and Rookie of the Year. How many people can say that I have both of those?
For the Panthers.
For the Panthers. Bro, 32,000 yards passing and
What have the Panthers
194
done
touchdowns.
since Cam Newton? What have the Panthers done? They
wait,
look like
better yet.
Cleveland Cavaliers without LeBron.
What did they do before Cam Newton?
They look like Cleveland Cavaliers without LeBron.
Like, so
Hey, hold on.
What's up?
Hey, forget Carolina did.
they made it to a Super Bowl.
No, they were 1 game away from a Super Bowl. I want to say.
No, they made it to that one. Jake Delhomme took him to a Super Bowl.
But before that,
It was 03.
Okay. Now I want to say, can't remember. It was one of them years. I thought they got close to a Super Bowl too, like before the 03 season. Can't
Yeah, like
remember.
they made it a couple because they had Jake Delhomme, they had Steve Smith, they had D'Angelo, what's his name?
Love Steve Smith.
Jonathan Stewart, D'Angelo, not Hall. What's his name? The running back.
From where?
For the Panthers,
Williams.
Yeah, D'Angelo Williams. Ron Harper was on that team, if I'm not mistaken. But like the Panthers, they were solid before Cam, but like they weren't as good as they were with him, and they haven't been the same without him. You know what I mean? Like 30,000 passing yards, almost 200 touchdowns.
Yeah,
like
no, Cam
Rookie of the
definitely
Year,
deserves to
MVP,
be
Super Bowl appearance.
in the damn Hall of Fame. Yes, he does. He at least deserves more respect than they're putting on his name. I'll say that. If they don't want to go ahead and give him
Okay,
Hall
in
of Fame,
'97, that's what I said. So in '97, they played in the NFC Championship game, which was like 2 or 3 years after the franchise started. They played in like NFC Championship.
In
I remember
97?
that shit.
Who
I
they
was a
play that
kid.
year? Dallas?
Let's see. Hell no, that was
I was
long
4.
down.
I was
Or was
4.
it
Pulling it up right now.
I was 4 years old. I don't remember that.
What year were you born?
93.
I'm here, Eddie.
So the '96 playoffs in the conference championship game, they lost to Green Bay.
Okay.
Brett Favre and them.
Brett,
And that's when Brett and them went and they beat New England.
Mr. Wrangler. Hey, come on, dog. Don't bring that up.
Man, you
We
wasn't
had,
know
Bledsoe back then. We had Bledsoe. You know what I'm saying? Leave us alone.
So before we get out of here, I want to get into one more topic. Kev,
Yes.
me and King want to know about your semi-pro football career. My
How
friend.
did you? Let's go from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like we ain't got to spend too much time. But how did you even get into even wanting to do that?
I mean, honestly, I did it. I did. To be quite honest, I never even envisioned playing.
Did you even know it existed?
I didn't even know it existed.
Already.
Like you said, that's what I mean. I'm not disrespecting it, saying like I always thought I was above it. I didn't even know the shit existed. I'm just playing pickup football. You know how we used to do. Meet up at Carroll one day. All the guys we meet up and play tackle, whatever.
So this is after high school. Y'all are still going up to Carroll just to play pickup football.
I'm a freshman in college at A&M, and I'm not even supposed to really be out here because my coach would get mad at me type shit.
Okay.
But I'm still going out here, whatever. And this truck pulls up with...
You were at A&M Kingsville?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
bet.
at A&M Corpus right here.
Okay, bet.
So this truck pulls up at the side. We're right here at Castores Elementary, right there at the field. Pulls up, and then it's got all of these flyers on it on the side, and it said Corpus Christi Bone Crushers all over it. All these, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I'm watching like all the people that we were playing football with. They run off the field like as if like this is Ice Cream Man and they kids type shit. Like I'm literally watching my homies and shit. Like, oh shit, it's such and such. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And everybody's like, oh, that's the owner of the semi-pro team. I said, semi-pro. What the fuck is that? Like, the only semi-pro I know is Will Ferrell on TV type shit. I don't know what you're talking about. They're like, it's a whole league. Like, I was like, bullshit. I was like, who could play? They're like, anybody, as long as you 18 plus, you could play in this league. And I'm like, you get paid? They're like, in some leagues you do, some leagues you don't. It just depends on which ones you in type shit.
That's when a
And I'm
nigga
like,
say no.
I'm like, yeah, no, that ain't for me. Off rip, that's not for me.
But don't some you have to pay to play? So right?
Yeah, so that's
so some you get paid to play, some you don't pay, and some you gotta pay.
Some you gotta pay. Majority of the leagues that are semi-pro, you're paying. So it's really anybody who's in these leagues, they're paying. They're paying for their own pads. They're paying for their own protection. They're paying for their league fees. You got a league fee that you gotta pay. You're paying for refs and field fees. You got to get your own field. Everything you're doing on your own.
I know about all that.
Yes, they're doing all that on their own. So that's what I mean by these dudes.
Unless your team just has a hell of a sponsor or something.
Unless you get a hell of a sponsor out of somewhere, then okay. But these fields cost about $1,200 a game. Refs is $400 a game because you're paying them each ref a game. That's home games. So every home game, and like right now I'm in a 10-game season. So 5 home games means 5 times our team got to come up with these fees for our field. And we play at the CCYFL field right now. And, I mean, we just fortunate enough that Ernest, one of the players on our team, is one of the guys that is coaches and does a lot of stuff out there. So he helps out. But even with his discount, we still are paying almost $1,000.
Okay. Let's go back to Castores Elementary then.
Yeah. So, anyway, these dudes run off the field or whatnot. And so I'm like, what the fuck's going on, blah, blah, blah. I stay on the field because, you know what I mean, I'm very arrogant, I guess you could say. I'm not going to run up and kiss your ass type shit.
You've never been?
I'm not even interested in it.
I'm not interested in you. I ain't got nothing to do with what y'all got going on.
I didn't come out here to try to.
So the owner starts walking out on the field or whatnot. He's talking to everybody or whatnot. And I walk off to the side like, I ain't even trying to talk to you type shit. So he winds up walking up to me. His name was Chris. And he's like, who are you? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm Kevin, blah, blah, blah. These are my homies. He's like, how come you ain't trying to play football? I was like, first of all, like, I played basketball in college. It was like, second of all, like, this seems like some mediocre ass shit. Like, and if these the people on your team, you know, I'm talking shit. If these the people on your team, I already sauced them, and we ain't even got pads on. So if we put the pads on, it wouldn't be fair. Yeah. And he's like, you talk a lot, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do, whatever. He's like, oh, well, you probably wouldn't even be good enough to play for us. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I was going to tell you to come to one of the tryouts, but now I think about it, you probably wouldn't be good enough to play. I was like, I come out there and disrespect everybody on your field. And he was like, well, come to one of the tryouts and show me then. So I pull up just to talk shit. Yeah, I pull up, saucing, and I'm pull up to play defense. I'm pull up to play defense first because I'm like, quarterback, I don't really want to get hit no more. I'd rather hit people. So I get out there, and the quarterback was ass. I mean, I'm sorry, at the end of the day, I'm a quarterback first, so if you're ass, I'm going to tell you you're ass, and then if you tell me to show you, I'm going to come to that side and show you why you're ass. So that's exactly what happened. I won't say no names because it was 2015 back then whenever this was brought up to me. But I won't say his name, but like I said, he hit me with the, come show me, you think you can run the ball better as a quarterback? I can. So I went over there, wound up playing quarterback for the next 5 years for the damn semi-pro team. It was fun. It was great. Loved it. Like I said,
that was the Bone Crushers. That was different teams. Okay.
No, that was the Bone Crushers first.
So you had a 5-year run with them?
Yes. Okay. And then I went over to the Reapers because at the end of the day, like I said, I like to push myself. All the dudes on the Bone Crushers is loudmouths. All of them is talkers. All of them is, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Okay, bet. I want to beat y'all now. I don't want to play with y'all. I want to beat y'all. So I'm going to go to this team that ain't really, and I'm going to try to beat y'all. We didn't. We didn't beat them at all. But we didn't beat them at all, but I had more fun on the team that I wasn't winning as much on because those guys was just more like family members. The Bone Crushers was just more like
business type
more
shit.
like teammates. Yeah, we're going to get to the field and we're going to do our thing. Any other team I've been on, we've done more stuff off the field and on the field, even though we haven't won as many games. So semi-pro football is really, you got to have heart to want to play. You got to have desire to want to keep playing because you still get the injuries, still get the pains, still got to pay, and you still got to commute yourself to and from wherever the next games is. Some of our games are in Austin. Some of our games is in Dallas. We got one game, I think, in St. Louis. We got to figure out how we're going to get ourselves to these games. We don't get a charter bus and everybody ride together like we do. We got a group message on Facebook, who going to make it to this game, who not. And we play like that. Sometimes I don't come off the field. I play offense, defense, special teams, kick return, everything. And, I mean, at that point, you just really got to, I guess, love what you're doing. I just got back to it. I stopped playing for about 4 to 5 years because work became a bigger thing. So I really came back this year to tell myself that I could still do it. I mean, obviously, I know I can still do it, but in the back of my head, I'm like, can I really still do the commuting, do all the trips, do all this, and go to work still on an everyday basis? And we're one game in, we just beat our first team, and I don't even like bringing that team up because they weren't really that good of a team. And it was really last minute that they got thrown in. We were supposed to play the Kings, which was really a big team, and they had like a family emergency or whatnot. They had to drop out. Some team got pulled in at the last second, and they was really not that good of a team.
Is the Kings a team with a bunch of dudes from Corpus on it?
Yeah, Derek Black's on that team.
Like
Tim Price, Aaron. Yeah. So they were supposed to play them, which was supposed to be a big test.
What's the team that you're playing on now?
I play for the Outlaws.
Okay. We've been with Corpus Christi, South Texas.
Corpus Christi Outlaws.
Okay,
we were the Corpus Christi. We were the Coastal Bend Bears first.
Already.
But now we're the Corpus Christi Outlaws. Ray Guy is the owner of our team now. We're in an 8-man league. We're in like an arena style football league.
Yeah, I think I went to one of the games.
But it's played outdoors.
It's played outdoors. We mark it off. The field's marked off with cones instead of the actual barriers. But it's the same thing.
So semi-pro doesn't play on a 100-yard football field.
No, this is an 8-man league. We also play in 11-man leagues too.
So
that's actual NFL rules.
Okay, damn. So you're
3-hour-long football games, NFL rules.
That's what's up. Hell yeah.
Reason that we play in 8-man leagues is because there's not too many people that want to be a lineman for semi-pro. Nobody wants to pay money, put their body on the line to go block for somebody, right? So it's easier to play 8-man because you only need 3 linemen.
Already.
You don't need 8. You know what I'm saying? You don't need
10,
5.
basically.
Yeah, exactly. 10. And really, when we play 11-man, that's really our problem is we don't have linemen. Other teams we're playing from San Antonio, they got bigger areas, so they got bigger they got more people.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We in Corpus only have so many to draw from, as in we only have 4. If we do have 5 linemen, it's because we only got those 5. If one get hurt, we're just plugging someone in his spot right now. Yeah. Who's the next? We're looking at the sideline. Who's the next biggest in pads? Come do this and try to block the best you can. That's why I don't really like playing quarterback, because it's like it could get to that point, and I can get in front of some people who's been playing semi-pro they're on a team. There's teams out there that's been together for 20 plus years. Yes. Damn. These dudes out here have been practicing like they're a real NFL type team. So I'm running up against defensive ends.
With sponsors probably and everything.
Yes, these dudes are 250 pounds, 260 pounds, ripped ass defensive ends going up against someone who's just
got off from stripes.
Yeah, we just asked you to block this man. And I'm asking you to block this man all game long. And do your best, please, as quarterback. So that's how it really works. I mean, you really need linemen to play 11-man. 8-man is more about scoring. Defense is a thing. I play defensive end right now on the 8-man team and quarterback at times. And it's really a scoring thing because somebody's always going to be open. The linebackers got to stay in the box. The linebackers, the defensive linemen have to have a hand in the dirt and have to be in front of the linemen. They can't line up outside of them. They got to line up right in front of them. And the linebackers have to line up right behind the defensive ends. They can't line up outside of them. They can't even backpedal when you say hut. They can only go forward. The linebackers can only go forward when you say hut. And one linebacker has to blitz.
That's 8-man?
8-man. Okay. 8-man rules. One linebacker has to blitz every play. He has to blitz unless you don't have a running back. That's the only way he doesn't have to blitz. As long as a running back is in the backfield with you, he has to come through the A gap every time.
That's crazy.
Every time. So you can send your running back on bubble. He still got to come through this A gap as long as you line your running back in the backfield with you. He's got to come. So it's more of a scoring league. You can make one person miss. You can fucking be a superstar in 8-man semi-pro football. All you got to really do is make one person miss. If you like that. And I mean, my team, we really lack at blocking. So our quarterback, which was Wolf, his name is Bryant Wolf. He's from Inferior, I believe, and he has to dodge about 4 or 5 folks, but that's because the way blocking, it happens sometimes. So you have they break free.
I'm trying to just get to dynamics before we get up out of here. You have 3 blockers,
3 down
4 people rushing.
3 down linemen, 3. You got a nose and 2 defensive ends. Then you got 2 linebackers. So that's 3, 5, and then you got 6, 7.
Yeah.
You can
I'm talking about like just the trenches right here. So like you have 3 blockers,
3 and 3,
3 and 3. And one linebacker has to blitz.
Has to come through the
So
gap.
that's 4 rushing automatically.
Correct. So either
you got 3 on 4 every play.
Yeah, so
that's
unless
crazy.
your running back, that's why the running back is in the back. He's supposed to pick up that linebacker. Your running back's in the back with you because he's supposed to pick up that blitz and linebacker.
He ain't picking up shit.
I mean, sometimes he does, sometimes he don't. But the sport is made for you to roll. I mean, I'm a quarterback, so I already automatically think, well, if they're coming through the fucking gap, I'm gonna just roll out every play.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make him chase me sideline to sideline. He's gonna get tired
Eventually.
chasing me sideline to sideline, and especially if I'm pitching it to running back, he's still got to do that. So that's how I look at it. But it's a scoring league.
What's the furthest you've ever went playing not a semi-pro football?
Oh man, we played in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Nice.
Yeah, we played in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
But that's still in Dallas. You said y'all got a game in St. Louis. And I don't mean like the biggest arena. Like what's the furthest you've went just to
Vegas.
Like how far is this semi-pro football taking you?
Vegas is the furthest they go, and that's for the All-Star game. The All-Star games is always in Vegas.
Oh, really?
And we always play for the South, obviously.
So you've made All-Star games before?
Oh yeah, every year.
That's what's up. Damn, hell yeah.
I'm about to get out there with y'all.
I'm telling you, it's fun to a certain extent. You gotta put your your competitiveness to the side because it's unorganized.
Heard.
If you're on football teams, because we've been on football teams,
I've been to one of y'all's games.
Organized.
I've been to one.
So you gotta understand how unorganized this shit is.
But if
we're so unorganized. My owner of my team, Ray Guy, just a week before our first game, we've been practicing for 2 months. Ray came to the last practice before our first game and threw our playbook away. And said, we don't use a playbook. We go off of what the fuck we see when we on the field. Literally just like that. And I said, okay, like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I'm going to call, this is what we're going to do first few plays. Run left, run right, see where they at, then we might throw it.
Throw what?
Sounds good. Sounds good to me.
Street ball.
This first game, I tried to prove a point, and I was like, well, if that's the damn case, then I'm going to go play defense. I don't even want to play quarterback. So that's why I let Bryant play quarterback, but we played against this mediocre-ass team and beat the hell out of them, so no point was really proven.
Yeah.
But we play the Demons this week, Saturday, here
Where they
at the
out of?
CCYFL field. The Demons are from Austin and San Antonio. They're mixed
really?
from around. But they've been together for a few years. They got some pretty good highlights and pretty good team. So they should give us a run for our money, I guess you can say.
Say this Saturday, CCYFL field? What time?
6 o'clock.
Oh,
you go out there around 6 o'clock.
I might have to pull up to that.
Pull up to it, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just something to watch. It's entertaining. I'm gonna be out there talking a bunch.
I'm gonna just get some nachos and
Talking
Sprite.
a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When's the last time y'all had an 11-man season?
Right after 8-man season.
So after this season, y'all have an 11.
We go to 11-man season.
And where's the 11-man? Where we y'all play y'all's games?
It's called the Tufa League. It's the 11-man season, and that's more. We still play here. We still play here.
But CCYFL, I want to say, is like an 80-yard field. So where were y'all play that?
No. CCYFL is a 100-yard field.
Oh,
We just putting cones to where it's only 80 yards of the 100 yards.
Okay, because I thought whenever I played CCYFL when I was a kid, it was like an 80-yard field.
Yeah,
it looked like a 100-yard field.
Yeah, it's longer now.
All
but
right.
sometimes we do play in GP at the sports complex over there
really?
at the turf field.
Oh, really?
We've played there a few times too. It just depends, like I said, what our money looks like whenever it's a home game for us.
For sure.
But most of the games are in Houston and Austin when we get to the Tufa League. And those teams like you can look them up on YouTube, the Red Raiders, the Vipers, the Colts. These teams been together for like 20 plus years. That's a league that I don't really like playing in. Not now, I don't mind. But when we first started, I didn't like playing in them because we was a new team.
Yeah.
And there was new leagues out there with new teams in it. I was like, why we ain't playing in these leagues? Why are we playing in the hardest fucking league there is possible when we're a new team?
First.
We're getting smashed.
Yeah.
We were getting smashed. So we took our fair share of ass whoopings. So now when we whoop people's ass, we kind of get a little bit too excited. A little bit too obnoxious whenever we whoop someone's ass. But it's because we've been on the opposite side of that. We've seen people do the same shit we're doing when we win to us. We've been on both sides of that. Me, I'm still an athlete, and I'm still humble enough to go, I'm going to talk knock-ish to you while the game's being played, but after the game's over, I don't need to post 10,000 highlights of me doing you, especially if you're not an athlete.
Yeah.
I don't need to bully you that way. Now, if you're somebody who's been talking shit or saying that you that, I will post me running you over because at the end of the day, you was popping off. But this team that we played, there was a bunch. I swear they're probably all just graduated high school. Just graduated high school. After the third quarter, I took my shoulder pads off, took my uniform off. I was like, y'all got it. Y'all don't need to play against you. The score's like 58-7. I didn't need to play no more.
Y'all got this, young fellas.
Yeah, so
somewhere.
That's why I say if y'all are available to come out this Saturday, and it will. I don't think it'll be more of a shootout than a blowout.
Heard that. You got anything else you want to add, King?
No, I'm good, man. Go hook them horns, man.
Heard that. Shit. All right, y'all heard it here. Go check out Kev this weekend at the CCYFL football field at 7 p.m.
Yeah,
7
pull
p.m.
it around 7.
Already.
We never start on time.
I'm lucky Lamar, they don't.
Unorganized. This is unorganized semi-professional football is what we play.
Well, you're really selling the product here.
Yeah.
We tried.
I just don't lie to you. So if you love football, you want to try it, come out. You can always try out for the 11-man team right now. The 8-man roster is a 25-man roster, which is automatically full because we already have like 33 players on an 11-man roster, so we usually choose from them. But you can always come out and beat somebody for their jersey. We always encourage you coming out and calling someone out for their jersey.
Oh, yeah. You do flag?
Yeah.
Well, when you do flag, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been trying to play some flag. But I go by like Lamar. That's Kevron. In the back, we got DJ Lil King.
Hey.
DJ, hit that song for me, G. Take us out.